Hey everyone, Kevin Lewis here with Home Life Benchmark Realty, and it's time for your February 2020 Fraser Valley Real Estate Market Update. The last several months have been quite interesting as we actually saw 2019 wrap up the year with a very busy winter, which is quite unordinary as we would typically see the busiest time of the year for any given calendar year being the spring, followed by the fall, then summer, then winter. However, 2019 ended up being the reverse of that, and it's carried on right through January 2020 as well. It seems as if buyers are finally okay with the prices at where they're at, as they have come down a little bit since the peak in 2018, and they're somewhat stabilized for the last several months, and they are on their way up again. The downside to that, and what may be causing a little bit of that in the short term that could throw things off for the long term, is that sellers simply aren't listing their homes, as sellers typically don't list their homes at a high volume at this time of the year anyways. January and December are almost always the lowest amount of listings for the year, and 2019 December and January 2020 were no different. What was different was the number of buyers that came out, and that threw off the ratio a little bit, which may have increased prices some degree. Most likely what we're going to end up seeing for the rest of the spring anyways is going to be what's called a balanced market, where we see buyers having ample time to make a decision on their home, but not all the time in the world because there are many buyers out there. Sellers are going to get a very fair price and buyers are going to get a fair price for the home. We're not likely to see too many instances of homes selling well above their current market value based on the comparable sold properties nearby, because there's not going to be that massive influx that we saw in 2017, 2018 when prices just went up basically out of control. If you're watching the news at all, obviously we have to be aware of the potential for the condos to come down in price based on the recent insurance changes that have been happening basically across the globe. However, we're feeling it localized here with strata properties, some of which are having a tough time getting insurance for their strata. So what does this mean? If you own a strata property, should you be panicking and getting ready to sell it? Probably not. Most likely, and nobody really knows exactly what's happening because it is such a new issue that's happening, I'm trying to stay on top of it as much as I can, and my best understanding of what is happening is older buildings that have not necessarily been taken care of, that are likely to have major issues come up in the near future, are obviously having a tougher time getting insurance. Because you have to remember, insurance companies are a business. They're not going to go ahead and insure something that's almost guaranteed to fail unless they can get enough money coming in that they can try and balance that out. As I said, it's impossible to say this early what the ramifications will be from the whole thing. I don't think they're going to be as drastic as some people may think they may be, and we will certainly see some buildings that will have major issues and may have to completely dissolve the strata and sell to a developer in order to recuperate costs. But I certainly don't see this being the norm for most buildings. I do suspect that we will see insurance prices go up across the board for most property types. In stratas, this will be reflective in your strata fees, and of course in detached homes, this will just be reflective in the cost of getting insurance for your home. Now, when I say this, definitely still get insurance, because at the end of the day, if you don't have insurance, this can have all sorts of effect on your mortgage. This can increase if you're in a strata. It can cause the strata's insurance premiums to increase and everything as well. Overall, though, it does seem as if the market is in a very healthy place, and I think 2020 is going to be a very normal year as far as numbers, where we're going to see regular sales happening. Homes that are listed at the proper price will sell quite quickly, and buyers that are looking, if you don't see anything that you need right now, or you miss out that one home, you should be able to get the next one and have it come up and be just as good or better than the one that you missed out on. If you have any questions about what's happening in the market, or specifically for your home or where you want to move to next, be sure to get in touch, whether you leave a comment below, send me a text message, send me an email, give me a phone call, 604-218-5635. I'm always happy to help, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.